The investigation conducted over the last 5 months and included 11 complaints. Investigators say the governor engaged in, quote, unwanted and inappropriate groping, kissing, hugging, and comments.
And the accusers told the investigators that harassment was deeply humiliating, uncomfortable, offensive, or inappropriate. And the investigators say it was all part of a wider disturbing pattern. The governor has denied allegations in the past.
Political reporter Dave Evans is live in Lower Manhattan with the very latest for us. Dave?
Well, Charlene, as you mentioned, this is certainly a devastating report on Governor Cuomo by these two special deputies appointed by the Attorney General. 179 different witnesses were questioned, 74,000 pieces of evidence examined by these two special deputies. We expect the governor to run for re-election next year, but I would say, given the devastating nature of this report, I would say that is very much in doubt at this point. There were numerous complaints filed against the governor involving at least 11 different women, 9 of them current or former employees, one of them even a state trooper who says that she was fondled in an elevator. There are roughly 3 different areas where the governor and his staff are accused of sexual harassment. Some of these cases could be referred to the district attorneys in local jurisdictions for possible prosecution. For example, one woman in Albany who worked for the governor said that she was groped by the governor at the executive mansion in Albany. That the Albany police are now investigating that matter. Second of all, that the governor and also his staff fostered a toxic, hostile work environment. And the third area where he and his staff are accused of is that they attempted to retaliate on at least one woman who complained to officials about sexual harassment. The governor himself was interviewed for 11 hours on July 17th at his Midtown office. We are told that that interview became very, very combative at certain points. Again, this report coming after 5 months of investigation, and it is a damning report on the governor's conduct. This is what the Attorney General and also the 2 special deputies that she selected, what they had to say a few minutes ago.
These interviews and pieces of evidence reveal a deeply disturbing yet clear picture. Governor Cuomo sexually harassed current and former state employees in violation of both federal and state laws. The independent investigation found that Governor Cuomo sexually harassed multiple women, many of whom were young women, by engaging in unwanted groping, kisses, hugging, and by making inappropriate comments. Further, the governor and his senior team took actions to retaliate against at least one former employee for coming forward with her story, her truth. And Governor Cuomo's administration fostered a toxic workplace that enabled harassment and created a hostile work environment where staffers did not feel comfortable coming forward with complaints about sexual harassment due to a climate of fear and given the power dynamics.
Our investigation revealed that these were not isolated incidents. They were part of a pattern. The governor's pattern of sexually harassing behavior was not limited to members of his own staff, but extended to other state employees, including a state trooper who served on his protective detail.
In an elevator, while standing behind the trooper, he ran his finger from her neck down her spine and said, "Hey, you." Another time, she was standing holding the door open for the governor. As he passed, he took his open hand and ran it across her stomach from her belly button to the hip where she keeps her gun. She told us that she felt completely violated to have the governor touch her, as she put it, between her chest and her privates.
Again, this is a civil investigation that started back in March. It was conducted by these 2 special prosecutors appointed by the Attorney General. They are June Kim and also Ann Clark, 2 lawyers in New York City with a long history of investigating these kinds of complaints. This is a civil matter. There are no charges that are recommended in it. The governor, we are still waiting for a response from him, but he and his staff have complained for several weeks now that this investigation was political in nature, designed to damage his future political ambitions. Again, we expect him to run for governor next year, but I again say, given the devastating nature of this extensive report, I think that is in some doubt at this point.